Alright, what's up guys? Buenos dias. Got the watch list of A+ setups for today's session. Merc, Microchip, Hood, Nvidia, Carvana, Citigroup, and Google. Nvidia here. Big push yesterday. Brand new daily buy signal, so good trend, good structure, good momentum. And it looks like they're going to gap it a little bit above that 950. Now the bigger story here, that 3-day squeeze. And earnings are next Wednesday. So be mindful of that. Let's go check the 15 and the 5. Alright, a little 5-minute squeeze action and some 15-minute squeeze action. Bigger picture, all about that 3-day squeeze, which as of yesterday is now an A+ setup. Fresh momentum cross, good trend, good structure, buy signal, perfect score at 12. Assuming earnings doesn't ruin it, that could be good for a push towards 1,000 and change. The spot to buy it, I think either a pullback to a 30-minute or hourly 21, or a fresh lower time frame squeeze. Right, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, that kind of thing. And through 950, they can keep the party going. All right, next up is going to be Merc. We bought some calls here yesterday. The 135 calls for June expiration. A+ on the daily and the 3-day. Structure's bullish, trend is bullish, buy signal, perfect score at 12. And then the 3-day squeeze, very solid. We're looking for a push towards 137-ish. And that ought to do the trick. So I like the Merc, and next up is Microchip. Microchip is A+ on the 3-day and the weekly. But the daily chart checks out as well. 3-day squeeze, very nice. All the pretty colors, and the weekly squeeze, just as good. We got the 100 calls for June expiration. Looking for a move towards 97 to 98. Next up is Hood. What's good in the Hood? Not what I would call the best daily chart. It's a bit more neutral. Neutral trend, neutral structure, bear momentum, and a big 3 score of 5. They do, however, have a 4-hour and a 3-day A+ squeeze. 4-hour, not too shabby, and that 3-day squeeze, not too shabby either. Potentially that 3-day squeeze takes price towards 21 to 22 bucks. I might look for an entry here off that 4-hour. We'll see about that one. Not too bad though. Next up is Carvana. Big pop here on earnings. The gap and the camp. Little bit of sideways trade. Now they've got a 4-hour squeeze setting up. It's a brand new squeeze. That might need a little bit more time and compression. But after the gap up from earnings, they need something to push it higher. Something to give it a little bit of oomph. Potentially the 4-hour squeeze could give it that little bit of oomph. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And then Citigroup. The banks are looking pretty good here. Wells Fargo, BAC, JP Morgan, Goldman, all the above. And for Citigroup here, little breakout yesterday. And we got a 2-hour and a 30-minute A+. Check the 2. Good structure, good trend, good momentum. Perfect score at 12. Check the 30. Good trend, good structure. Fresh momentum cross, and the perfect score at 12. Now the key for Citigroup. They got to keep it above that breakout point. Call it 64 bucks. Above 64, something like that 2-hour, 30-minute squeeze could give you a bit more continuation higher. And then Google is last. So Google looks great from a monthly chart all the way down to a 5-minute. 5-minute A+ squeeze into today. And the 4 hours not quite A+. But that could be A+ as soon as today. They've got the trend, they've got the structure, They've got a good score. Only thing they got to get is momentum. If they can get that fresh momentum cross, at that point it's an A+ setup. At which point, 4-hour squeeze might be geared up for a push back towards 175. Through 175, the bad boy can go for a nice push. I'm thinking potentially a 175 call fly for tomorrow. Alrighty, so Google, Citigroup, Carvana, Nvidia, Hood, Microchip, Merc, and then we forgot Docu. Docu's A+ on the 2-day, the 3-day, and the weekly. It was A+ on the daily, but it fired. So daily squeeze fires. 2-day squeeze is A+. 3-day squeeze is not quite A+. I lied to you. Not quite A+. Let's go check the weekly. Not quite A+ either. So it's a bit more of a daily and a 2-day squeeze thing. Of course, having a 3-day and a weekly squeeze, that does not hurt. Let me check the 1 hour. I don't think I'll chase the entry. If I can catch a pullback to a 30-minute hourly 21, that might be a nice spot to load up for the 2-day squeeze. So Docu, Merc, Microchip, Hood, Nvidia, Carvana, Citigroup, Google, and then the futures here. Any squeeze action in the futures. Brand new all-time high for the QQQ and SPX yesterday. S&P futures, 5-minute and a 15-minute squeeze. Little bit neutral. 5-minute might have gone bullish here. Yeah, 5-minute buy signal. And it looks like we just got the jobless claims. So, little back and forth gyration. And then the NQ, and we'll finish it up here. NQ with a 5-minute squeeze and a sell signal. Little back and forth. Classic jobless claims action and a neutral 15-minute squeeze. One thing to consider for today, if you look at the cash market, SPX QQQ, great move yesterday. Price is at that 3 ATR extension, which might mean, if anything, we could pull back a little bit. We could trade sideways. It might be a point for a break in the action. So be mindful of that. But alright guys, wish y'all the best of luck today. Go kill it, and I'll talk to y'all tonight.